Good day and I love you. Welcome to the Daily Dose, your daily dose of well-being for Tuesday, October 23rd, 2018. I'm Heather Peterson, Lockhart. I'm the Chieftess. I'm a well-being coach. We are officially in Scorpio season. It's on. I don't know about you, but my ass is already on fire. I'm already in the hot seat. I blessedly am being given the opportunity to let a lot of crap go, to lay down quite a heavy load that I've been carrying. And it is giving me the opportunity, do you like my word wizardry? It's giving me the opportunity to do some of, if not the toughest spiritual work of my lifetime. Of all my 42, almost 43 years. I'm really doing the work today, and it's really tough. I'm terribly uncomfortable. I'm nauseous. It's hard for me to eat. I just want to hide out and duck out in my bed and play with action figures underneath my covers. Sounds like a really good idea, actually. Anyway, I'm gonna take that for later. That was beautiful. That's like a little gift for me. That'll be my happy place later. Anyway, I do have stuff I have to do. I do have to show up, and I do have to take care of myself, my family. I'm a coach of others. So I'm going to share some stuff today that's helping me stay in the game. I've been a trainer for 23 years. And I've worked with all kinds of athletes of all different levels, all kinds of people. And when I have a very seasoned athlete, like a person who is, functioning at the top of their game, at the top of their sport, highly competitive, and maybe they're on the precipice of breaking a record or inching into the first spot, and we're just right there and we're having a hard time just bumping it over, then we might engage in some really extreme training. Every once in a while, we will do some high intensity interval training to the point of failure. The body, when we go weight train, when we go and lift weights, we're ripping apart our muscle fibers. That's what you're doing when you're weight training. You're ripping apart your muscles. Then when given proper nurture and ample recovery, those muscles rebuild stronger, faster, more flexible, better, right? Well, not necessarily more flexible. You have to do the work on that. But that's the idea between weight training. You go break yourself down and build yourself stronger, okay? So at the furthest point of that spectrum, when we're weight training, you can push someone to their absolute point of failure, and then their body will just, and then once we give them the proper nutrients and we give them ample rest, we don't do those workouts very often at all, it's very extreme, then they come back stronger. They break through these plateaus where they were stuck in, because we literally rip them apart and then put them back together better, right? And this training introduces a whole lot of fun side effects. People cry, people scream, people hate you. They would probably throw things and hit you, but they're unable because they can't move. Some people puke, some people wet their pants. The first time it was done to me, I started crying, and I hated the man that was demonstrating it. Like, it elicited the most strong reaction out of me. I was actually at a workshop. He was demonstrating this type of training. He was explaining this type of training, and he asked for someone to demonstrate. Me being Heather the helper. I'm your huckleberry. So I hop up on the pull-up bar, and he is explaining to us that after your positive strength fails, you still have a 30 to 40% strength reserve in your negative strength. Now imagine I'm on a pull-up bar. So my positive strength is where I've got the bar and I'm pulling my body up. Okay? Well, after this fails and I can't pull my body up anymore, I've still got 30 to 40% reserve in my ability to hold on to that bar and not let myself fall down, or to come down slowly. That's the negative. Does this make sense? We'll go through it one more time to make sure everybody gets this, because this is important. So I'm holding on to the bar. Let me grab a pull-up bar. Here's my pull-up bar. Okay, so on the positive strength, on the pull, I'm pulling my chin up above that bar. Okay, here I am. On the negative strength, I'm letting myself come back down. All right? I'm holding myself. So you don't just fall off the bar on the ground, right? So after this part fails, I have 30 to 40% strength allowing me to still come back down. Okay? So the way you train someone like this is you have them do as many and this is what he did to me. You have them do as many pull-ups as they can until they fail. Now, once I fail and I can't pull up anymore, he grabs my feet and then he pushes me up to the bar and lets go, and I let myself down slowly. He grabs my feet, pushes me up to the bar. I hold on and then I let myself down slowly. We do this until I absolutely fail. Okay? Now, he can make it more difficult by pushing on me on the way down, which is what he did. And we were at a certification and this was a demonstration. So I was like, dude, what are you doing? I'm sitting here thinking, like, does he know what he's doing? Because this hurts. Like, he's really pushing me. And we go in for another rep and he's pushing me. And at this point I like shoot him a look, like a warning look, like, dude, you best chill. Like, I don't know who you think you are and what you're doing here, but enough is enough. We go for another rep. I drop down and I'm like, what the fuck is with you? Like that, right? Only I don't think I raised my arms because I don't think I was able. And he started laughing and gave me a hug. And I started crying. I was angry. I was so angry. And then I was embarrassed because I was having an extremely emotional response way past how I consciously felt. All right? I don't get embarrassed that, like, I failed doing a pull-up. Like, I really don't get embarrassed that easily. Because I make an ass of myself on the regular. That's probably one of the reasons I do it. I don't like being caught with my pants down. So if I walk around with them down all the time, then you can't be like, she has her pants down. I'll be like, I always have them down, stupid. Right? That's kind of how I work. So it wasn't that I was embarrassed. I was having a specific emotional response to the physical stress that my body just underwent. All right, much like having a traumatic experience and having an adrenaline dump afterwards, where you're like after the hard part's over, right? So this is what he explains to us, that in this kind of training where you push the person past their point of failure, there is an extreme emotional response. People will start crying. Sometimes they'll cry and wet their pants. Sometimes they'll cry and puke. People will try to hit you. They'll say things like, I hate you, like all sorts of things that are really uncharacteristic for this person. And it's the truth. I saw it in myself that day, and I've worked with countless people afterwards, and their reactions have been very dramatic. I mean, and then afterwards they've been like, Heather, I'm sorry. I don't even know. And I'm like, don't be. And there's no sense in apologizing. And I explain this to them, and then they understand what's happening there. So the reason I'm going through this is this right now, this Scorpio season, this is high intensity training to the point of failure for your freaking emotional and energetic and spiritual being. It is. We're getting pushed like that. The thing is, once I understood that today, once I tried that on, I'm like, all right. Then I just keep going, even though I just want to hide out under my bed, or in my bed rather, not under the bed, in the bed. Even though I don't want to play, and even though this really hurts and I feel fried, and I don't want to play. I just want it all to freaking go away. But I've wanted that for a really long time, and it's not happening. And so that's what's up, Spirit is pushing me to the point of failure with my high intensity interval training for my emotional, my spiritual being. And the thing is, once I show up and I understand that, and I apply the nurture and the recovery, I give myself what I need, which for me means calming myself down, telling myself that I'm okay, reaching out to people around me that know me and love me, telling them what's on my plate, eating every few hours, keeping myself hydrated, making sure I get exercise. All these things keep me in the game. And when I do that, when I give myself the proper nurture and the proper recovery, I can trust that Spirit's going to get me through this plateau. This training is not in vain. This training is for my highest being. Because once I break through the barriers that I've created, I can manifest the goodness in the life of my desires. And that's what's going on for a lot of us today. So if you're feeling fried out and like you just want to hide inside your covers with action figures, well, then come to my house. Then show up. Show up, understand that this is some high intensity training for our spiritual evolution, and we've got what it takes. We've got what it takes. Because when we fail, we've got 30 to 40% reserve in the tank. Call it God, call it spirit, call it your friend, call it your meditation, call it whatever it is. It's all that good stuff that is there and readily available to each and every one of us. When we fail, it's going to be there. Tap into it today. Tap into it this week. Bring it for your highest good. Our card for the day is energy flows where my intention goes. I love you so much. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow.